Hello there, happy January 27th, and welcome to my video today. This January, we've been trying to raise our vibrations. Yay, how's it going for you? You can let me know in the comments or send me an email at sunriseenergyhealing@protonmail.com. So today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about grounding. That is something that is not new, but it might be new to some viewers. So if you've never heard of that, I encourage you to look it up to find some resources on it. I know there are some good books out there about grounding, but basically grounding is... Whoa, that's not a simple answer. What grounding is, I just realized. So, grounding actually involves a lot of things, and I'm going to talk for a second about how grounding feels impossible for me. So, and I think there are a lot of reasons for that. I think, that has to do with trauma. It has to do with anxiety. It has to do with my personality. So, really quickly, I am an Aquarius moon and a Gemini rising, which are both air signs. And I'm a Leo sun, and this might be gibberish to all of you, but basically in my, astrological birth chart, I have two big, huge air signs and one fire sign. So basically I'm a fire-breathing dragon, a friendly dragon who lives in the clouds. So that's kind of who I am. And so staying grounded to me is really hard. And honestly, sometimes I wonder if it's necessary for all of us. But I'm open to the idea that it's a good thing. And so I think for me, so one of the best ways to ground is to be outside barefoot in the grass or in the dirt or whatever, touching the trees and the plants. That is one of the best ways to ground, and to do that for, 20 minutes every single day. That is one of the best ways to ground. But what grounding actually is a full connection of your body, spirit, mind, and heart. I would say that is what grounding is to me, is a full connection of all those things. And my lack of grounding, I think, has to do with my spirit just wanting to stay up here and look at everything and keep an eye on everything. It's just really difficult for me to do, to stay grounded. And I bet you if I went out and walked barefoot in the grass every day for 20 minutes, that would probably change, and I would probably be able to be grounded a lot more. It is a good thing to stay grounded, and I do believe that it is a good thing to stay grounded, because when we are able to kind of stay fully connected like that, we are able to make decisions for our highest good. And honestly, I think it's kind of as simple as that. So I think it does come down to our decision making, to our responses, to our choices, and we will make the best choices when we're fully grounded on a regular basis. So I'm definitely going to keep working on that. But I wanted to tell a story about, I talked in one of my other videos about how where I live, we haven't had a lot of snow this year. And it's interesting because usually we do. 2 years ago, all the grass everywhere was covered in at least 2 feet of snow, and it took till June for it to all melt. It was ridiculous. And this year, you can still see grass. I was out driving, a couple weeks ago, and there was still green grass in places. So super weird year. But I talked about manifesting my dream home in the last video, and my new house has kind of a big yard, but it has this big, huge catalpa tree that just kind of sits in the middle of the grass, and kind of close to the sidewalk. But and this tree in itself is a miracle. I talked about my dream house, and I didn't tell you all the miracles of my dream house, but this catalpa tree is one of them, because my grandmother, growing up, she had a big, huge catalpa tree in her yard. And my grandma's house was one of my favorite places to go, and so that was just a big tender mercy to me that this home had this catalpa tree, which we didn't even know was alive when we bought the home, because it was totally bare and it looks dead. But it did grow leaves, and it did show us that it was alive, and it's a beautiful tree. But because it's got some shade from the branches and stuff, it doesn't snow as much right around the tree. And so I have there's snow on the grass, but I have this miraculous little spot next to the tree that has no snow on it, and it's dry. And sorry, that's my alarm. And it's that's perfect. That is a perfect spot for me to ground this winter, because there's not snow, and the sun shines on it most of the day on this spot, this time of year anyway, because the sun's not as high. And it's just lovely. So I went out today and I sat next to the tree on the grass and did some grounding. So I'm proud of myself. I hope you guys do some grounding. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about today is grounding, and I would encourage you um, to do some research on that because there are people who are healing from just grounding, like healing disease from making sure they ground every single day in the way that I described the barefoot in the grass. And it really is I'm not saying that you are going to heal your disease by doing that. Like, I guess I got to put my disclaimer out there, but I have read accounts of that happening. So do your research. Maybe grounding is something that can help you, especially if you're like me and like to live in the clouds a lot of the time. So if people say this phrase to you, earth to, Melissa, if people say that to you with your name attached, then maybe you might be like me and need to do some grounding. So thanks so much for watching. It's been so fun to do these videos this month, and I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.